game really changed last 3.5, 4 minutes of the first half. It's 33-28 after being down 10. We were able to get a little momentum back. And then they score on 7 possessions in a row to end the half. Really scored in a lot of different ways. There's a putback in there, there's free throws in there. And we get lost in a couple shooters. And that really set the tone for the game. They really smashed us at that point in the game. And it was almost a reversal of what happened in Wichita. We were down 17. We finished in a flurry to end the first half and really gained the momentum, and then came out of the locker room and continued it. And then I believe there was a point in the second half we get it to 70-55. There's still 9.5 minutes left. There's plenty of time if we're able to make some sort of run and get our crowd in the game. And they score on 8 possessions in a row. So defensively, you've got to have an answer to what they're doing if you expect to beat a team like Wichita. And as well as they played tonight, had we played our best, I'm not sure it would have been good enough. Wichita was really, really good this afternoon. And we did not have an answer for anything they did.
Questions?
Greg, did a lot of your shot-making ability early in the year hide some of your defensive deficiencies?
Well, there's always been some defensive deficiency. There's no question. But I thought at times this afternoon there was a lack of communication, which led to some breakdowns. And at times there's a lack of effort, and that's concerning. There's a lot of things you can't control in this game. You can't control the bounce of the ball. You can't control the referee's whistle. You can't control if your shot's going to fall. But you can control your effort. You can control your ability to communicate. And I thought we did it for the first surge to start the game, for the first 3 or 4 minutes, and then I thought it gradually disappeared. Never reappeared consistently.
Greg, it was generally Ben Smith on Doug. He seemed to have him off balance a good portion of the night. Is that a fair statement? And can you comment about what you saw from him defensively that allowed him to make the type of plays that he did tonight?
Well, he works hard on the defensive end, and Doug missed some shots he normally makes. I thought maybe he rushed some things to start the game on a couple of his first plays. But Ben beat us in a lot of ways. He did a couple 3-point shots off set plays in the first half. He posted in transition. He beat us off the dribble. He just, we didn't have an answer for him in the first half. We had no answer for Raggy in the second half. So, those two guys really, I felt, elevated their game this afternoon.
2 more.
There's some teams speed up their offense. If you're making shots, everything's good. If you're not, like maybe like today, the effort maybe is a little down or whatever. Is that true with your team?
I think in some ways it's true with every team. Every team in the country is going to play with a little bit more bounce in their step when they're making shots. I think that's just human nature. You have to have a really mature team to be good enough to be beyond that when you're not making shots. And I felt against Northern Iowa and Evansville, even though we didn't play particularly well offensively, I thought our defense gave us a chance to win both those games. This afternoon, our defense was atrocious. It was an embarrassment. And, Wichita took advantage of a lot of our weaknesses.
Greg, what happened there at the end of the half when you got after Doug pretty good over in the huddle?
I think he was playing hard. I mean, you have to compete, and my expectation for him to compete at a consistent level is it's not the same as anybody else. It's probably my expectations higher for him. He's one of our best players, and there's a lot that goes with that. There's a lot that you have to shoulder, and that's being able to compete your tail off on the defensive end when you're maybe when the shots aren't falling. So sometimes when you need to light a fire under your team, you need to light a fire under one of your best players, and that was an attempt to do that obviously didn't pay many dividends.
Did you? I mean, that's not something you do very often with Doug. It seems like.
I don't do it with any of our guys very often, but we're getting our tail kicked. They're scoring whatever they want, and as a coach, you have to try everything. And I know Doug can handle it. He knows, he's as big a critic on himself as anybody else. He'll be very hard on himself after this game because he's disappointed in the way he played. But you hope as a coach sometimes when when you get your best player to respond, that maybe everybody else will follow.